Warm welcome everybody, Filip Reineby here once again with another video. Public speaker known as the Stuttering rhetorician. I am here to help you develop your communication skills, public speaking skills and social skills to gain better growth in your professional life as well as your private life. And in this video we are learning from a master in communication. He has traveled the world making 1-minute videos. And you know who I'm talking about. It's the man, the legend, Nas Daily. In this video I'm going to break down and show you exactly what he does so very well when it comes to public speaking and communication, and why his skills in these areas are the reason why he's become such a global phenomenon. We are going to start off with the first video of his traveling, day 1. We're going then to progress a little bit to see how he has developed himself, and at the end we are going to review a speech that he did in order to distill what differences that he maybe does between on video and on stage. So let's start.
You're trying to get this to be awkward?
Maybe. Is this shit working?
I don't know.
I have no clue why I'm doing this, but I think it'll be fun. Here's the idea. Once a day, I'm gonna make one video that's 1 minute long. That's it.
In New York City, off to Egypt today, Kenya, Ethiopia, India, then Nepal, then Japan, and then all the way to San Francisco, and then back home to New York City. Coming with me is one drone, one heavy camera, one GoPro, Venmo tees, and protein bar. The world is a book, and those who do not travel read only one page. Jokes. Let's do this. That's day 1. See you in Egypt tomorrow.
That was one of the first videos that Nas ever made. Knowing Nas today, I can already say that his communication skills has developed tremendously, but I want to mark out a couple of few things that he does very good. Here we can see how he uses functional gestures to emphasize his messages. He's very articulative. That is one of his trademarks when it comes to his verbal communication. Very articulative, very clear, very distinct. The first things that I notice and help people with when it comes to verbal communication is to become better at articulation and becoming more clear. And a key tip for you, if you want to become more clear and articulative in your verbal communication, is to be very distinct on consonants. K, C, M, P, all of those consonants that are quite hard in the ways that they are spoken. So attack those consonants in order to become even more clearer in your communication. One thing that we can see in this first video right here is sort of the little lack of facial expressions that he later on develops really well.
The world is a book, and those who do not travel read only one page. Jokes.
Self-laughter or jokes are a great way to spread joy and positive energy when you are communicating. And this is something that Nas is a master of, this self-laughter, because when you're communicating through a screen, which he has mostly done making these videos, you need to add just humor and positiveness through that screen. And one great way of doing that when it's a one-way communication is to self-laugh. So use self-laughter in your communication. Whenever you are on stage, whenever you are socializing or recording a video, laugh like you are entertained, like you are feeling good, like you are positive. That energy from you with that laughter will spread. People will also like you better when you see that you are positive, you are humoristic and happy person.
Jokes. Let's do this.
Alright, we are going 10 days forward in time to the 10th video that Nas produced.
Good morning. Alright, today's day 10, which is 10 more videos than I thought I would ever make. Let's do it. Let's get 10 of everything.
wow, we already see a tremendous development in communication skills. Definitely his facial expressions are right on point here. He is sitting down just as he did in the first video clip, so we can't really tell any more about his body language. I think that will come later. But just here, great facial expressions. You can really feel his enthusiasm and motivation about doing these videos and sharing this value to us. That really transfers through the screen. So really good improvement in just 10 days of his facial expressions.
Thanks for watching 10 episodes so far. I hope there's a million more.
So what we can take away from this video is how fast he actually has developed his facial expression skills, and that is quite a tricky one. I, as a public speaker, I am still working on just improving my facial expressions. So 10 days into his project, his communication skills are just... And now we are jumping about 3 years into the future. Let's see how his communication skills has improved in 3 years.
I hope this video changes your life, because what I'm about to share with you changed my life. See, when I look back at all the success I've had in the past 3 years, from traveling to making videos to making money, I realized that I succeeded mainly because of one thing. And that one thing is deadlines.
Takeaway number 1 already, just a couple of seconds into the video. He is attacking screen much more than he's done in the previous videos. The way he's attacking the camera with gestures and facial expression is just giving us more attention to what he's saying. It's adding to our focus on what he is saying, and the interest to what he's saying also becomes higher. That is a very good takeaway. Whenever we want to emphasize our messages, make sure that you aim your energy towards the people you are talking to enlighten their interest. Also, very nice to notice here, when you want to finish a sentence and show that you are coming to the end of something, you want to lower your voice a bit more.
One thing is deadlines.
That is a really good tip in public speaking in order to help people know when you are finishing and are about to begin something new. And the tip here is to lower the chin. Whenever you want to become more calm and have a low register voice, lower your chin, because that is actually reducing the length and the tension in your vocal cords. I have taught myself this as a stutterer, and it works really, really well for anyone. So lower the chin to get a low register. Key tip.
Say you want to write a book and you have no deadline. The first day you write a little bit, the second day you write a little bit more, and because you have unlimited time, you keep working day by day on that book, and after many days you lose interest, you never finish and never publish.
Here he's using really nicely a rhetorical device called epiphora, where you end your sentences with the same word. It's a form of repetition.
You lose interest, you never finish and never publish. To create, to make, to live.
The opposite of epiphora is anaphora. So whenever you want to make your speeches a little more entertaining to listen to, use epiphora or anaphora in your speeches to make it more entertaining and more memorable. But this is a shout out to Nas himself. I'm sorry to say it, Nas, but deadlines is not the main thing that has created your success. In my point of view, I would say that number 3 is deadlines. Number 2 is your ability to create awesome videos. And the number 1 reason why Nas Daily has become such a global phenomenon is his public speaking skills, communication skills. In summary, we can definitely see how incredible Nas's communication skills really are, how well he has developed over the course of these years. But now we are going to review and check his public speaking skills when he is actually performing public speaking. This is a video clip and a speech that he does at the OC Summit of 19. So let's see what differences or similarities can we find in his public speaking skills when he's on stage in front of people instead of just a camera.
Hi everybody, how you doing? I'll put this here. Okay, I'm going to be a little bit loud. For that I apologize. I want to talk about two things, impact and media, and I'm going to talk about them from my experience. And for that I need the clicker. Okay, so for those that don't know me,
Alright, we can see some similarities, but also some differences. Starts his presentation, he opens up with a great open body language and a great smile. Whenever you are nervous or something like that, you tend to close down your body language, put your arms behind your back or in your pocket, making yourself smaller. He does not this. He takes the stage, he opens up and he embraces the audience. This is a typical trait of a great public speaker. However, we do see a sort of clap that he does.
okay, I apologize.
This can usually be done when you want to emphasize something, but in this case he uses it quite a lot in a short matter of time, and I don't really see that this particular clap is emphasizing a specific message. So this clap can actually be a sort of sign of nervousness or a nervous tick. We all do different nervous ticks whenever we feel anxious. And we also see that he adds a filler sound. So this is a difference from what he does in his videos.
So for those that don't know me, my real name is not Nas, it's No Sire, like yes sire, no sire. You can see my age change.
Another filler sound.
I'm part of the 20% of Israel that's not Jewish.
Here he actually turns the back towards his audience. This, with all respect to Nas, this is a no-no.
Oh, no.
When it comes to public speaking. Never turn your back towards the audience. You never want to lose eye contact with the audience. And since our body language is about 80-90% of our communication, turning your back and talking will just decrease the amount of communication that the audience can pick up on. So never turn your back towards your audience.
I'm Palestinian Israeli, Arab Israeli, and I'm also known as Nas.
You can also see how he's backing away from the audience. This is also a sign of nervousness. Whenever you do something that moves away from the audience, it's a sign of fear. If you want to be perceived as confident, look the audience straight in the eyes, move towards them, attack them with your words and your body language. Even though you feel afraid or nervous inside, go against that feeling and instead feel like you should go towards the audience. When your body says go back, your mind needs to say go forward.
Here with you guys. Oh, claps, I love that.
Sound.
Okay, at the age of 19, I decided that I need...
However, he does this really nice. He salutes the clap that the audience is giving him.
Oh, claps, I love that.
Ah, thank you, a clap. This is a sign of humbleness and giving respect to the audience. And this is really good because then you establish a trust, your ethos is getting higher, and people are liking you better when you show them respect and that you are saluting their action, in this case, a clap.
To leave Israel and go pursue my higher education in the United States. I applied to Harvard, I got lucky, I got in, and I got a degree in economics and computer science. And then I moved to New York and got a job with PayPal as a software engineer for a year and a half. And I hated my life. I remember one day...
Notice there how it goes down when he said a year and a half.
As a software engineer for a year and a half.
This I told you that he also does in his videos.
And that one thing is deadlines.
This is such an amazing treat in public speaking when it comes to verbal communication. By going down at the end of a sentence and slowing down the pace, it really establishes the end of something and you are prepared as an audience for the start of something new. This is something that is a high public speaking skill, so great job, Nas.
I remember one day I was sitting by my laptop, not really doing much, and I did a simple calculation that changed my life. Back then I was 24 years, and I realized, okay, how long am I gonna live for on average? Turns out...
You notice that? Great little pause. On average, and then pause, and then he continues. This is also a great treat, and when you use it, it becomes more clear what you are saying. You are perceived as more confident, and the focus increased because you add a pause. Many people tend to not use the pause and instead use filler sound, like an something like that. Remove the filler sounds and add pauses instead. Remove the filler sounds and add pauses instead. This boosts the credibility and confidence perception of your speech tremendously. Now I've actually also seen here how Nas has begun gaining more control of his body language. In the beginning, he turned down from the audience a bit like this when he did a thinking. He turned away from the audience by moving his back towards them. He went forth and back, turning the body away from the audience. Now he starts to use his gestures in a good way. He is having the body language forward towards the audience, maintaining eye contact at all times. So I would say that his public speaking skills that are superior and awesome, they are now showing even more. And usually you are mostly nervous in the beginning of your presentation, the first minute or two. That's perhaps why you had some filler sound, maybe looking down a little bit. Looking down is a show of nervousness. Now we don't see anything like that. So I think that maybe nervous in the beginning, but the rest of the speech, tremendously increasing skills in public speaking and great confidence.
In the United States, okay, 24 out of 76 is 32%. I realized I was 32% done with life. I was 1/3 dead. And
you see this, how he uses his body language and building up in terms of threes. We talked about the rhetorical advice of epiphora before, how he uses repetition. Working in threes is also a great rhetorical advice where you are emphasizing something verbally and you are adding gestures and body language to that.
I was 1/3 dead. This 1 minute took 10 hours to make, and it's about something that I deemed of value. And that I did for 1,000 days. In 1,000 days, I made 1,000 videos, never missed a day, not even once. And this is why I'm so stressed all the time. I made those videos from 55 countries, not from New York, not from LA, from all around the world.
Once again, not from New York, not from LA, and then he goes to the middle and speaking. Work in numbers of threes is really elegant when it comes to public speaking, so use this. Learn from Nas Daily.
Instead of 1,000 videos, now we need to make 1 million more videos with thousands of employees rather than just one, because the world really needs to see how amazing the world is outside of the bubbles that we're accustomed to. Thank you guys so much for your time. I really appreciate it.
That was Nas Daily. What an amazing public speaker that we all should learn from. And maybe not just his public speaking skills, but the passion that he feels for what he does. Learn from this. Take away the public speaking skills and take away the journey that he has done. Deciding to travel the world, making 1 minute video, following up deadlines, getting content out there, and just to sprinkle on top of that with the #1 skill, public speaking. It will take you where you want to go. Filip Reineby here, public speaker known as the Stuttering rhetorician, and as Nas Daily would have said, see you tomorrow.